Hey everyone.
Who do we have in the room right now?
We've got Mark Milinarski.
Mark,
and I
hey
know
Mark.
Karen's in the background along
Hello, Karen.
with Ivy, their granddaughter.
Oh,
they're
yeah, that's right. They're
babysitting.
babysitting. Yeah.
Donna Delahanty's here.
Hey, Donna. Good to see you.
From sunny Arizona.
Sunny Arizona. Sure.
Nick's Picks.
Nick's
Nikki
Picks. Hey,
from
Nikki.
Florida. And Josh Kittle.
Hey, Josh. How's it going? You can see our van there. We are actually in a Cracker Barrel parking lot right now. We drove all day and pulled into the Cracker Barrel just with enough time to eat and get right on the show.
We literally, so we're still working on our drinks.
Working on our sodas, yeah. Not sponsored by Cracker Barrel.
No, by Mary.
Yes,
Mary Thuma sponsored dinner tonight, and Mark and Karen sponsored the wine, which we will enjoy a little bit later.
We will. Auntie Debbie Jean just popped in. Hey, Auntie Debbie Jean, how are
How
you?
are you doing? Happy Friday. We have been, as Russ said, driving all day. We are in Corpus Christi, Texas right now. So we're really close to the coast again.
Well, hopefully you didn't give that one person that gave us the thumbs down already where we are.
Before we even
They may want to
on.
cause trouble. But yeah, we're in Cracker Barrel in Corpus Christi tonight.
Zeb Meat is joined the
Hey,
room.
Zeb Meat. Good to see you.
So we've been at Surfside, which is just south of Galveston, for the last couple weeks. And with that big storm system that not only hit us, but now it's moving its way over the East Coast, there's supposed to be a bunch of cold weather descending upon that area for like the next week.
Yeah.
So we decided, let's use our 1,000 Trails annual pass and skedaddle down and chase 70.
Yeah, for sure. You know, it makes sense. We pay for that.
Hey,
that,
Rosebuds Travels.
Hey, guys. We pay for that 1,000 Trails membership, so might as well use it. We're going back to Surfside, but we're going to spend a week or two here.
Hey, Izzy and MJ
Hey,
from
guys.
the road. Hope you guys are driving safe and not hitting a lot of traffic.
They're on their way down to Tampa, huh?
We were just talking about that today, saying, we were going back and forth, and man, we wish we were going. It is fun, even if you're not in the market to buy a new RV. It is always fun to go and just see what's new and what's going on and what changes have transpired in the RV industry.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see what it's like there this year with all the restrictions and difficulties going on. So we'll be watching MJ and Izzy. Stay safe, guys.
They are about an hour from Jacksonville. They left
wow.
at 5 a.m.
My
this
goodness.
morning.
Long hauling.
Oh, Mary said hi, Jack.
Hey, Mary.
But
but I think Mary just popped in. I don't know if she was there. Thank you so much, Mary, for dinner tonight.
We're finishing up the rest of our Cracker Barrel.
I had a wonderful country fried
You had the
chicken.
Southern fried chicken.
And Carrie got a nice chicken pot pie.
I always get the pot pie.
Yeah, so thank you, Mary. We appreciate that.
So yeah, what do you call it? Cracker Barrel or
Cracky docking.
Cracky
Barrel.
Now you've just totally changed. Cracky docking. Huh?
Yeah, it's pretty quiet. We're the only RV out here tonight. I don't know if more will pull in later. It's a little early. Aloha, RV there yet?
One of the things I do like this has a very large parking lot. So
Huge.
If you're in the Corpus Christi area, they have 4 RV spots, but then they also have an extended parking lot, and we opted to go off to the side because there's some grass, so that way we can give the dogs a break. And it's just away from the road a little bit more. So if you're down in that area, they are RV friendly, and especially now they are open. The dining room is open, right?
Yeah, it is.
But it's not full.
There was barely anybody in there.
Yeah, it's a Friday night, and
this parking lot is big enough where it would fit Izzy and MJ's big old Class A for sure. Yeah, you guys can pull that in here, no problem. Even if all 4 RV slots are full, there is so much room back here. It's an overly huge parking lot. Robert Stitch, hey, how's it going?
He says, if it seems that if you already have an RV, the shows might let you preview what can be done as an aftermarket upgrade. Yes, there are a ton of vendor booths, and also talk to the manufacturers. So, for example, in the video we did just this week about the 7 things that we hate about the little guy, they have upgraded some of those items since our
Oh yeah, for
has
sure.
come out, and we've talked with them, and they said if we're ever up in the Pennsylvania area, we could bring it in and have them work on stuff to give us some of those upgrades as well.
Yeah.
And that's a great point, Robert.
Yeah, and we actually do have that friction hinge. I just haven't put it on yet. I've been too lazy to put the friction hinge on. I like wrestling with the door. Hey, Adria, there's a name we haven't seen in a while. You actually were lucky enough to meet Adria in Tampa.
At the Tampa show last year.
I must have been busy, or...
It was while we were doing our live stream, I think, or getting ready for it, I think.
Yeah, I would have loved to meet you in person, Adria. Maybe next time.
But, so yeah, we're in Corpus Christi tonight. We're going to visit the South Padre National Seashore tomorrow.
Yep.
And go explore all through there. And then we'll make our way over to Harlingen at one of the 1,000 Trail. They've got like 4 or 5 campgrounds there that are 1,000 Trails.
But they're all 55 plus.
They are, but I followed suggestions from you guys, and I called them. And there are a few that if you hear or see that those campgrounds are what they call 80-20, that means that 80% of their occupancy has to be 55 or older, but they'll allow 20% to be under 55, but those tend to really be wary about if
kids.
You have children.
Yeah, but the one that we're going to said, yeah, hey, we've got room for you because 20% of our guests can be under 55, but absolutely no children.
Yeah.
Zero.
So
Zero tolerance there.
We almost didn't get in because of this guy right here.
Yeah, right. You know what? I hang out with the kids. That last one we were at, was it Lake Conroe? No, not Lake Conroe. Well,
no, Medina.
Lake Medina. That's right. Yeah, I had that little kid. What was his name? Carrie? What was that kid's name?
Alexander? Andrew?
No. It was like...
I don't know. He was your buddy.
Yeah, I know.
He told me I was old and I wasn't cool. So
it was funny because I
just shut the door on that one.
The other kid that was sitting out by the campfire talking with me had mentioned, and we told about this before. I'm sorry, I've got an itchy nose. I'm allergic to something out here. But he was saying, my brother's in the military, and then this kid said, my brother's in the military too. And he says, mine's a nuclear engineer on a sub. And then this kid said, well, my brother got busted with weed. And I remember I giggled about that all night long.
Mark asks if the weather is pretty cool there. So here today, it was in the mid-60s during the day. We arrived right at sundown pretty much, and it's supposed to get down to 44 here tonight.
Yeah, so not too bad. It's going to get down to 36 in Surfside where we left.
Megan and Paul, Dreaming Out Loud RVing. Hey
guys.
Good to see you. Hey
Good
guys.
to see you.
Army Strong. Look at that.
Yeah, he was. He had asked a couple questions about the little guy Max, and we went back and forth. So, hey, thanks for joining us on that live. Glad you're here.
I wasn't part of that. That was Russ answering that one. So, so if he told you something wrong, blame him.
Yeah, right.
W.A. Stewart, hello. Stay safe and have fun. We are trying.
Yep.
Hey, we're RVing, so and it's Friday.
Yeah.
So we're having fun.
We're in early, so if there's any drunks on the road, we're not going to see any of that.
I tell you, one of the things that I've noticed is even though we're full-time RVing and we're at an RV spot in Surfside, I was getting antsy to move again. So I was glad that we could have the option to just kind of...
Yeah, you think about that. We have been living this lifestyle for over 2 years now. Yeah. And we're constantly, other than that last stay in West Yellowstone for 5 months, we've been moving, if we are at a place for 2 weeks, it was a really long time for us.
That's one of the, I think the dangers of being a full-time RVer, that you do get into, you have the ability to move if you want to, but yeah, just if you stay somewhere for a little bit too long, you start getting that itch to just pack up and go. And the justification I used, one was the cold weather, and 2, we were settling in the ground, so we had to move.
So we had to travel 300 miles. Yeah, no, but I think the biggest justification was, we've not been down here. We've always wanted to come down here. We can camp for free because we've got the 1,000 trails. So why not? Speaking about traveling, we're going to be hitting the road again in February-ish. I'll be in Atlanta, Alabama. I've got work there, so Carrie.
And I'll be going with him.
Yeah, Carrie and the dogs are coming with, but
it's a matter of putting up a tent where.
We might even go on up into Virginia because I do have some work that has to be done into Virginia.
As long as there's no snow.
Yeah, it just depends on how cold it is up there. If it's real cold, we will probably skip Virginia.
So speaking of traveling, Adria asked, are we considering Alaska for the summer of 21 or 22? And we've had a bunch of people ask us this, and really we can't plan anything because the border's still not open for travel. Yeah. So we're not committing to anything until we know the borders are open and that they'll stay open long enough for anything to be planned.
Yeah, so right now, Adria, the plan is if the borders do open, yes, we're going to go. If they don't open, well, then we'll have to put it off. This is something that Travels with Delaney, Patrick, and Patty, who have, they really want to go. They've never been there. Carrie and I want to go. We've never been there. Many of our friends who have been following us have been asking because they want to go. Susan and David Elwell, they want to go. So if for some reason, if the borders don't open this year, yeah, we'll probably push it to 2022.
Yep. And that's just, we're waiting to hear.
Yeah.
W.A. Stewart, in Winnipeg, it got up to 0 degrees Celsius today. No, thank you.
Comment.
Thank you.
From Lance Phillips.
Hey, Lance. I live in Canada. Borders will not be open until September 21st. Well, thank you, because, yeah, that just kind of just nips it in the bud. Because if we were going...
That's our anniversary.
It is.
Yeah.
So they're opening on our anniversary, but we're not going to go then. Patty and Patrick both have school, so they need to do it during the summer. Plus, weather-wise, making sure we go during the better months to travel. When we do go, it's going to be a summer trip. So.
I saw a post there
Lance,
from
we appreciate that.
Auntie Debbie Jean talking about her husband is up to 36 cents now in metal detecting. You know what? That's 36 cents that he wouldn't have had before. And
he had fun doing it.
Yeah,
I bet.
Just keep that coil swinging. It's a good way to get some exercise. It's a good way to get some me time, and it's one of those hobbies that pays him back. I mean, heck, another couple of hunts, he'll be able to buy you and he a cup of coffee.
Where's my coffee?
And I'm not metal detecting. And if he gets real lucky, who knows? He might be able to buy you guys a new car or something.
So Robert Stitch said it seems that most of the campgrounds in the South have fewer northern residents staying there, so they may bend a few rules to get business lately. So also
that's a good
with
point.
the age, I think you're right on that. You know, it's either one way or another we've found. Because so many people have RVs now, either the RV parks are full, so they're charging a lot more because they know they can, or some of them are hurting, so they're willing to bring in the other business. Although there was one in Montana, do you remember, right after we went to go see that first ghost town, I forget the name of it. The one
I wouldn't remember. We went to so many ghost towns.
But anyway, we went to this campground that was half full.
Oh, yeah.
And because of COVID, they didn't have the office open. They just had a sign that said, text or text this phone number for availability. And so we texted, and they said, sorry, all our sites are full.
We're sitting right here. There's like 37 sites open.
I'm like, okay. And then we saw somebody in the campground. He came over and was talking to us because they were down at the ghost town where we were at earlier that day. And he said, so you're staying here tonight? We were like, well, we were trying to, but they told us. And he looked around.
You know, what was funny is he saw us. That was the third person that day that we had bumped into at another place later on in the day that had seen us, because with our van, Hannah, and Teddy, our little guy Max, we stick out. You know,
people know.
There's not a lot of.
We saw you earlier.
Yeah,
in the day.
There's not a little guy Maxes on the road, and there's definitely not a lot being towed by a van.
give a shout out. Rick G has joined
Hey,
us.
Rick, thanks for joining us.
Arkansas Traveler.
Arkansas Traveler. I see Patty and Patrick, Travels with Delaney,
Hey,
are in there now.
Alaska or Bust. That's right, guys. It's About Time Now is here.
Hey, guys. Thanks for joining
RV
us.
Kids TV. Sorry we're late. Are you still in Texas? Yes, we're working our way down even further. Right now we're in Corpus Christi, and we're as you call it, cracky docking.
Cracky docking, yeah. So we are in Corpus Christi, and we are going down to South Padre, but we still have our spot in Surfside, and we're going back to Surfside. But we just thought we'd get out of the cold weather and experience the coast more.
Surfside is, I think, we can see it as our home base.
Yeah.
From now through May, but we're going to be traveling a lot and ping-ponging all over the place in between.
Yeah, like I was saying, we're going to be Georgia, Alabama, possibly Florida. So got a lot coming up due to work there.
Boondocking with Boomer. I like that name.
Yeah.
Do you guys use Boondockers Welcome? We don't.
We have.
We signed up for it our very first year. We almost used it once.
Oh, that's right,
And then
Lewis.
And then our travel plans changed. And then now Lewis, you guys might recognize him in the chats.
Is he in here now?
No, not right now. But Lewis Outside, he is a Boondockers Welcome. Oh yeah, he's not a Harvest Hoe.
No, he's a Boondockers Welcome.
I'll tell you, that is the place. If you are in Florida and you see one for Lewis, where's
it's like near Inverness, near in that area.
It's beautiful there.
Yeah.
It's like this private park that you get.
Well, he's got a massive house with massive property. Boondocking with Boomer has a comment. And then that's where I got confused because he is a Boondockers Welcome, but we were just staying there as friends.
Right. Mixed Picks, that's better than crack docking. I heard that's addictive. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Boondocking with Boomer said, Boomer is my 135-pound Great Dane.
Wow.
This is Lance, by the way. I changed accounts. Okay. Oh my goodness, I want to see that puppy.
Yeah, for sure.
I
love Great Danes.
I hear they're great. I mean, their size would make you think, oh my goodness, in an apartment or a small place. But I've heard they are very good house dogs, that they don't have a super high energy
level. Their energy level. You figure just to move around a frame that big, it takes a lot.
That's
so I know Adria had sent a question.
She said, where are you going to be for work? We are in the South. Where are you going in Florida to work?
Oh, if we go to Florida, it's just more just to go to Florida. Work-wise, I'll be... we've got a new metal detector that is really good in mineralized ground. So I'm going to Alabama, where I know there's some bad ground, and then in Georgia, where I know there's some bad ground.
Can you explain what bad ground is?
Bad ground is just mineralized ground that has a lot of iron mineralization in it. And then up in Culpeper, Virginia, that's like the mecca of bad ground. So,
and why is that good for you to test with bad ground?
It's just because they're...
I'm giving Auntie Debbie Jean information for her husband.
So basically, with mineralization makes the metal detector believe that there's something there when there isn't something there.
Okay.
Because it's mineralized soil. So this has to be able to read the soil and say, okay, this is just mineralized soil. That's actually not a target. So it needs to calibrate to the mineralized soil. Like if you're metal detecting in Culpeper, it's like if you're trying to find like a Civil War button or bullet, it's like trying to find a BB on top of a manhole cover. That's how mineralized the ground is there. But our detectors and our competitors too have the ability to read the ground and realize, okay, this is just mineralization. All right.
Oh, Lance is going to email us a pic of his puppy. Thank you.
Cool. Thank you.
Let's see. Rosebuds Travel said and that's Lewis and Katie, if you need a place in Houston, just let us know.
Thank you, guys. Much appreciated.
Do appreciate that. Another person heading to Tampa, Paul, the Air Force guy.
Oh, good for him. Good for him.
He's saying hello to everybody. Happy New Year. And yes, Lance said, Great Danes are little dogs in a big dog body.
Yeah.
Rick G said, I spent a few wild spring breaks on South Padre Island when I was in college. The good old days. Hey, let me know what is the time frame that college students typically go there? Because I want to stay away from. That's why we're trying to go now.
Actually, I'd
Because
like to come back right after, because those beaches are full of jewelry and coins.
RV Kids TV. Now they were in Surfside, I believe at Christmas.
Yeah.
They boondocked out on the beach there for a couple days, and they said that they loved it and that they miss it already. I can see why.
We enjoy Surfside. I've been doing a lot of fishing and a lot of crabbing, so I love Surfside.
Boondocking with Boomer, Lance said, this is information for everybody. Boondockers welcome. You should join it because you can pretty much have electric and water wherever you stay.
Yeah.
And that is basically, for those of you who don't know what Boondockers Welcome is, it's where typically it's other RVers that open up space in their yard on their property for other RVers that are just passing through an area to come stay for the night. And you get to just meet the best people.
Yeah, I've heard good and bad things about it. To be honest.
Oh yeah, what about that one we heard?
To be honest, we didn't renew because we didn't use it, but we've heard some really great things because there are some people out there like Lewis Outside in Florida and some other great people that we've heard about, but we've also heard some pretty funny instances as well. So, but yeah, I mean, if you're looking to boondock, there is no better app or program out there than that, because like Lance said, you get the you can get electricity and water.
So RV Kids asked you, they're from the Gettysburg area. Have you ever metal detected in that area?
No, not in Gettysburg or near Gettysburg. Obviously, you can't metal detect, and they know this, but obviously you can't metal detect in the park or any of the park areas. I would love to metal detect some areas that are private property in there, but no, to answer your question, I have not.
Lance is giving us, we've got a Toronto connection now. So whenever we make it up to Toronto, we can stay on his property, and he's got full hookups.
There you go. There you go. I have family in Canada, so that just may happen.
And yeah, Harvest Hosts have very little hookups. I would not ever expect a Harvest Host to have one. If they do, it's kind of a bonus. There are some out there now that will charge you a little extra if you want to do it. I know we had electric and water at Island Grove.
Two. We've had it at two places.
What was the second?
We had electric and water at Island Grove and Wi-Fi. They gave us their Wi-Fi password. And then we had electricity but no water at the that place in New Mexico, the Glider Museum. Remember, they let us plug in.
That's right.
They had a 50 amp plug-in,
which was life-saving because it was really, really hot out.
Yeah, we got to run the AC that
we got
night.
to run the AC, so that was very helpful. Robert says before the pandemic on March, it was the busy season for South Padre Island and similar destinations. So you can scope it out now, and then we'll wait to find out when all the tourists are coming, all the college students and whatnot. Maybe if we're down in the area, we can come back late March, I guess, from what you guys are saying, or early April.
Yeah, we'll see. Go metal detect, find some jewelry.
Wow. Do you know Boondockers Welcome has over 8,000 sites in North America now? That's huge. So if you were running out of a place to stay,
Boondockers Welcome. Wow, no, I did not know that.
That has grown, I think, leaps and bounds, because when we first, about 2.5 years ago, when we were first looking into it, it didn't have anywhere near that many. Not from what I remember, anyway. Rick G, there shouldn't be any college kids, at least in large numbers, on South Padre Island this time of year. The big parties are in the spring. Yeah,
exactly, and that's why we're down here, to be honest. We just wanted to, one, get away from that cold weather, and two, we knew that this would be a good time to go and not have to deal with all that. Because Carrie's 100% right. We don't want to deal with that stuff. On a metal detecting side of things, I would like to be here like the Monday after all this stuff ended. That's the time to be here.
So Russ's relatives are in Nova Scotia, correct?
Yep.
So that's what Lance was asking, where in Canada they are. And then, so yeah, within 1 year, Boondockers Welcome went from 30 to over 500 in Ontario alone.
Wow.
So I do think it's a very good alternative. We should probably look at it again, especially if you combine Harvest Host with the Boondockers Welcome, you've got so many more options other than just traditional campgrounds, which in the summertime, I know when Patty and Patrick were traveling out towards Montana over the summer, they were saying the campgrounds just were packed.
Oh yeah,
I expect this next year to be really, really busy.
I knew
as well.
it was because remember Bootjack, where Patty and Patrick met us.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That was I'd never seen it the year before that we had been there. It was never packed the way it was.
Oh no, you
when
could just
we
go
saw
in
it this year.
Whenever,
Yeah.
every time we drove by, you could tell it was full because people typically wouldn't park at the empty spots up in front of this area. They would go further back, and every time we drove by, there were vehicles all the way up towards the front, so you knew that people were really crammed in there.
So yeah, Lance is saying that it's safer than Cracker Barrels and Walmart's, which I can totally get that. We've never had a bad experience.
Yeah, we have.
Not a bad experience. We had a weird experience at Walmart by the Gettysburg area.
That's right. That's right. We were in our Class A at the time, and this woman, it was warm out, so we just had the door open. We were at the far end of the lot, and there were two other RVs right in front of us. And this little old sedan comes beelining straight towards our door. And this woman stops, doesn't even get out of her car.
Yeah, she honks her horn.
She honked her horn and then asked us for money.
Yeah. That was the only...
Which I was really...
That was the only, I guess, weird incident we've had.
That's true.
And no bad incidents at any of these places.
No, I mean, some of them had
Knock
been
on wood.
noisy.
Yes, we've had noisy.
And that was out by the Pigeon Forge area.
Yeah, that's right, that Walmart. It was like the local teenage hangout.
It was the place.
We hooked up and left, didn't we?
We did.
Yeah, in the middle of the night. We had a live stream, so it was either a Friday. It was a Friday night because it was at night. We had that live stream, and then Carrie and I just buckled up and left. But it's pretty quiet here right now. There's a hotel behind us. The Cracker Barrel is in front of us, and then there is a freeway.
To the freeway,
Yeah.
so you do hear some of the freeway noise, which we've been so used to being out in the middle of nowhere where we have been, that's been so quiet that it's odd just hearing noise again.
Mm-hmm.
So trying to get used to that. Hey, we've got Over the Hill RV here.
Hey, John, thanks for joining us, man. I was just thinking about John today because Carrie showed me a property that had this big, building on it, and you could there was a Class A inside of it. I said that reminds me of John's of the canine. For the life of me, I can't remember the name of the canine company. Silver State Canine thing. He had the big area where he had a bunch of stuff inside of it, and he could probably put his Class A inside there too.
Put several Class A's in there.
So I thought about you, John. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, that would be like Russ's dream property if we bought land or bought a house. It's just so you could have a big barn like that you could bring in your RV. And I blame our boss in West Yellowstone because he had this massive Patty and Patrick will.
Oh yeah, he has a big barn.
He had this big 4-bay garage thing, and he had every toy you could think of. He had a boat, he had an ATV, a UTV, he had sleds because he liked the big old sleighs, the wooden ones.
Yeah, he had wagons, the old day wagons and stuff. So.
Yeah, and so no, we'll never get one of those because
don't want one.
You'll start stocking it up with all this stuff. So was that Walmart in Gettysburg? No. I'll tell you, when we were in and around the Gettysburg area, there were some of the most unfriendly Walmarts. You can't stay at a lot of them. Some you can't even shop.
Yeah.
You can't. There are signs before you get in the parking lot that even if you want to just go there in the middle of the day just to shop, if you have an RV, you cannot. You will be ticketed. Yeah.
There was one around that Gettysburg area that we were going to stay at, and we left. Remember, it was just really... Yeah, it just had a bad feel. I went into the store, and by the time I got out of the store, I had just come to the realization. I was like, I'm not staying here. And I just had a bad feeling, and I've learned over the years to go with my gut. And when I got back in, I was just about to tell Carrie, hey, I don't want to stay here. And she's like, I want to go. I don't want to stay here.
We're leaving.
Yeah, so we had both come to that conclusion without talking to each other. But
So Lance wants to know, do we have pets with us?
Do we have pets
All
with
right,
us?
hold up yours.
Oh boy.
Side.
Okay. So
now,
yes.
in our 18-foot travel trailer, 1, 2. Abby, come here. Come here.
So there you go.
So I think, yeah, we've got a couple.
We got a couple pets with us.
All right, good girl. Okay, go sit down.
Yeah, that we should have done that. We're not going to get rid of them now. Get an RV. Billy, yes, she's always been one for Billy ears.
Okay.
So yeah, we have the black Chihuahua that I had is Jack. He was our daughter's, and our daughter just recently got out of the military and moved to Seattle, and she couldn't have him, so we took Jack. And Billy, you all know Billy and Abby. They've been with us since we hit the road, and even before that at all. Papa Drew's RV says hello. Hey, Papa Drew.
Hey, how you doing? And believe it or not, oh well, I was gonna say Jack's the youngest, but he's not. He's in the middle.
Yeah.
So Abby's 5. She just turned 5. Jack is 6, and Billy's 7. Let's see. I had a Chihuahua Corgi mix, smartest dog I've ever owned. Chihuahuas are smart, but they're like stubborn.
Ours are, anyways.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
that attitude.
yeah. They just don't do. They do what they want to do.
Abby is probably the
second smartest dog.
The one dog that we've had that just likes to please.
Yeah.
She's
most. Super smart because she's got Australian Shepherd in her, but she also is a mix of Golden Retriever, and that mix, the Australian Shepherd, is very smart, and the Retriever just wants to please. So she's been the most well trained, but the smartest dog we ever had was your Border Collie.
My Border Collie,
Phoebe. Yeah, but Phoebe didn't want anything to do with anybody except Carrie. Carrie was everything and anything, and she just put up with everybody else.
Yeah, we had her for 12 years.
Yeah.
I miss her. I was looking. Yeah, that's right. It's about time now. They have 2 Australian Shepherds.
Yeah, smart
They're
dogs,
beautiful.
man.
They're beautiful.
Yeah.
I've seen them not in person, but I've seen them on the videos, and they're gorgeous. Which I love. Actually, I love all dogs.
You know what's killing me is
I love all dogs.
It's about time now. We got to meet them in Tampa, and they had offered, hey, you want to try my electric bike? And I wanted to in the worst way, but I was afraid of crashing it. So I said, no, I don't want to. But in my mind, I'm like, yes, I want to so bad. I kick myself in the butt every time now
and
because I still want to try it.
The reason why I think you're that way is because when we last went back to Hawaii and your cousin had one of the motocross bikes.
Yeah.
And
that was my old bike that he had.
And it had been years since you'd been on it, and you got on it, and something happened.
I didn't crash, but yeah. Hey. Oh no, you're right. I'm hoarding all the drinks for me. Yeah. I didn't. I almost crashed it. So yeah, that was it.
They said you should have tried it.
I know I should have, but I was so afraid of ruining your.
No, he was afraid because how many other YouTube channels were there? And
it would get documented for sure.
Everybody would have had it on there for sure. Yeah, Mary said they have electric bikes here in Michigan. They have 2 of them as well.
Yeah.
I think we're the only people that don't have them anymore.
Yeah, we should get one.
Where are we going to put it?
I don't know. We'll figure something out. Inside that van right there. Nobody can see it now. I guess you can a little bit see it.
The dogs go back there.
Yeah, well.
And they're crates. Well, you got to... All right. You got to give something. Maybe we can get a hitch. We've got the hitch receiver on the back of the...
Yeah, we know what happened last time we put bikes on the back of this thing.
We lost our bikes.
Yeah. We lost our bikes somewhere between Flagstaff and the Painted Desert. Petrified Forest and the Painted Desert. Somewhere between Flagstaff. No, yeah, it was.
Well, no, I know that you're saying it was between there. I think we lost it even before we got out of the forest where we had boondocking.
Yeah, it could have been gone anywhere because we had it on the back of Teddy when we left Flagstaff.
Because we had a video where we were kind of filming backing out.
And then when we were walking out from the visitor center at the Petrified Forest, that national park is a dual park, so it's Petrified Forest / Painted Desert. When we're walking out of that visitor center, I was like, something looks like it's missing. And sure enough, our bikes weren't there.
Not only were the bikes gone, the entire receiver that held the bike. So the
bike
whole
rack.
The whole bike rack fell off.
So Carrie's like searching the news and stuff.
For days.
She was afraid that maybe it fell off. We caused an accident behind us or something. She was terrified. But
I was checking highway reports. I was checking the news. I was checking for like at least 3 days.
That was expensive because we had your bike. Your bike was about $200. We had my bike. My bike was $200. The bike rack was about $175.
Bye, Paul.
See you, Paul. So yeah, we had over $500 that we lost because of that.
Yeah, we had boondock for I think 2 nights or just one night.
Just one night. Yeah.
In the forest, just north side of Flagstaff.
Yeah, it was some forest road.
And there were a lot of other people out there, but the road getting in was really rutted, really bumpy, and so I could see how if it was loose in that receiver, that it probably felt that. So hopefully that's where it happened, because they probably wouldn't have gotten too damaged and somebody scored.
Yeah, we were towing Teddy. That's when we had our little guy Max, which we're sitting in right now. We were towing Teddy behind Boone, our Class A. So it was so far back there that there was virtually no way we would have seen it or heard it, you know. Mm-hmm. So yeah, oh well. Something to remember.
So if anybody ever just found 2 bikes still attached to a receiver and you were wondering how that happened, hey, you got our bikes. Hope you enjoy them. Donna saw Abby giving you kisses. Yep, she's trying her best. She wants the leftover
chicken. Yeah, I didn't eat all my chicken.
So Abby's like trying to kiss up to him for
right. No, she's really telling me that, hey, I haven't eaten yet. It's because, like I said, we drove in enough time to grab our food, and the dogs haven't had their afternoon snack. So as soon as we finish here.
Now, we found this out from Patty and Patrick. As soon as they told me that Cracker Barrel had an app where you can order your food in advance, I downloaded that, and that we use all the time now, where we're getting ready to get into the town, we can place our order, and so by the time we get here, we can have our food ready and waiting for us. And what's even better is in the morning, you have breakfast, you can put your order in and then have it. So first thing in the morning, you just run over there and grab your nice hot breakfast before you hit the road.
Yeah, I love Cracker Barrel breakfast.
I know, me too.
So I see Proceeding Onward America popped in. Hey guys,
hey,
Becky and Fabian, thanks for joining us.
So they had posted on Instagram time where Fabian went and tried this really hot pepper, and I remember him when you did that one dare with the Tabasco shot, and Fabian can pretty much eat anything hot, nothing phases him. This one got him. It did. So it was funny seeing that delayed reaction and the tears in the eyes. Let's see. Oh, so Karen had that happen before too, where the receiver fell off with the bikes.
Okay, yeah. You know, ours was I say cheap. It's not cheap because it cost a decent amount of money, but the safety, usually you have a little retainer pin or a cotter pin that goes in there. This one didn't. It had a screw-on device that made it expand inside there. So I think that was our problem. I think had we had a bike rack with an actual cotter pin, we wouldn't have lost our bikes.
I thought it was interesting though, because we had traveled from Montana all the way to Flagstaff with no issues with it whatsoever. We didn't take them off at all during that time. Yeah. So it traveled all that way fine, and then it just suddenly decided to fall off. Here's a new name, SolX, SOLX. I'm looking to buy a 14-foot enclosed trailer to tow behind the fifth wheel for my ATV and other toys. We all have a need for storage space.
You know, that blows me away. I see it all the time. People with fifth wheels towing another trailer behind it, and I'm thinking, wow, man, what kind of driving expert is that?
Oh,
you know,
the people that have the fifth wheel with the boat.
Yeah, well, any double trailer, I've seen that a lot. To me, I would feel very, very nervous about my ability to drive it. Now I know it's safe because I've seen it on a lot of rigs. A lot of people do it, but I would have some severe doubts in my ability to drive that. There'd be no backing up. That's 100% for sure. But I know you can because I've seen it done.
Well, okay. So speaking of fifth wheels and storage, I was just looking at them when we were touring we were up in Seattle and we had gone and stopped off at a couple of RV places. I never really looked at fifth wheels before, and they do have way more storage than what we've got.
Yeah.
And they have big bays. But we just recently saw...
Are you talking about that single level floor?
Yes.
Yes.
So Palomino, it's the River Ranch. If you get a chance, Google it later.
Oh man.
The Palomino Columbia River Ranch 2021. It's the first of its kind where it's a one floor fifth wheel. So the fifth wheel, when you go up in the living area, it's all one level. The entire bottom garage area is completely open.
Yeah.
To
it's
itself.
It's like a Class A. You know, you can lift all those hatches up, but instead of it being sectioned off like a Class A, it is fully open. And the other thing that I really like about that is it has a residential style AC unit down below.
So you don't have the ACs up on top.
Yep.
That residential AC you can access from one of the panels. So if, changing the filters is super, super easy.
Yeah, you can actually change the filter from inside the rig.
If we were to get a fifth wheel, I would put that at the top of my list.
That one, and then there's another one. What's that one that had the side patio?
The
toy hauler?
We actually toured
Yes.
the 2019. It's a Road Warrior, I think. The Heartland Road Warrior.
Yeah.
It's like the 427. It's got a side porch, and the back toy hauler area has a porch.
You could probably fit Teddy inside the toy hauler
you
area.
You probably could.
Yeah.
But those two, but that River Ranch one, as far as storage, I mean, you can put so much. You probably wouldn't need to tow your other trailer behind your fifth wheel if you had that.
Yeah, well, he wants to carry it like a golf cart, is what he was saying.
Oh,
so
okay.
He's not going to put that under the bay. So yeah, you would still need it. But yeah, no, that rig that Carrie is talking about is if we did go to a fifth wheel, it would be that one for sure.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
It was beautiful. So, Mary said not all states will allow a fifth wheel to tow a trailer.
Oh, okay. I guess you better know that ahead of time,
Yeah, before
huh?
you're like just kind of traveling through locations, for sure. Let's see. Mary saw that one because I had commented on because you know how when you sort of like things, Facebook recommends things. That's how I found out about it, because it popped up in my feed, and so I did like a hashtag my next trailer because I loved it. And I saw Mary saw that too. I mean, that fifth wheel is beautiful. Russ doesn't have to worry about me wanting to run out and get it right now because there's no way we can tow it with our van. So,
yeah, I know.
So we're in the clear on that.
Yeah, we would have to get a big truck before we did that.
Yeah, that big truck is probably as pricey as that.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
RV.
I think that rig's about what, 80, 70 grand?
Yeah, well, they start right around 80. And
Okay. So then, yeah, and then the truck itself would probably be 60 or so. So yeah, that's
okay. So for those of you who
$140,000.
have fifth wheels or know about fifth wheels, what would be the best truck that you would recommend to tow something that has a GBWR of 18,000 pounds?
Okay.
I'm asking for a friend.
Yeah.
Just so I know. So let's see. POA said, yeah, some states have a limit on how long the tow can be.
Okay.
And Robert Stitch says, I find that in my own family, only some of the truck drivers double-towed RV trailers with a boat behind because they found it a fair bit shorter than the logging trailers that they towed for a living.
Oh,
See,
yeah.
I kind of envy the people that they don't even think twice about driving these trailers.
Solex is saying a 3/4 ton. Yeah, I think we had just toyed around. Like when Carrie saw that, I asked how heavy it was, and we were looking, man. It was like a 350 or 450 dually is what we were having to.
POA said F350 dually.
Yeah, yeah.
Bubba Bug, hey.
Wow, that's a name we haven't seen in a while.
Ram 3500 Cummins.
There you go. Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I think that was one of them that came up too.
And I was wondering, because that made, I was trying to think of, do you do 350 or 450? And could you get away with the 350? Because a lot of times they were just a little bit cheaper from my quick glance that I saw.
Not that we were looking at, seriously looking at it.
Ram 3500 Cummins has the best torque on the market. That would be helpful if I knew what torque did. So I don't know what it does.
Low and pullability.
Are we there yet? Said I'm with Bubba.
Yeah, no, I had read an article where they were talking about that, and that vehicle came highly suggested for a fifth wheel type. Is what that came highly suggested for.
Dreaming Out Loud RVing said they have an F350 diesel. They love it. I know he's wanted a diesel too. They just run forever. And I was kind of sold. What was it that Al had up in Montana?
Yeah, he had a 250 diesel.
This thing was like 40 years old, and it still got up and ran every day.
Yeah.
I mean,
you'd have to let it idle for a little bit and warm up, but once she got warmed up, that truck went.
But it was still running for 40 years. I mean, that to me, okay, if I'm going to spend a lot of money on a vehicle, I want it to last that long.
Yeah.
And not baby it either. You know, you put it through its paces and you beat it up and it's still working for you. Hey, Happy Place Diaries has joined the room.
Hey, Jerry, right? Yeah.
Yes. I'm trying to catch. I've got a lot of.
Yeah, no, go right ahead.
My hand slipped for a second there. RV Dariet said 450 has tighter turning. So.
That could come in handy when you're, and you got a long rig that you're towing behind you, and you've got to be able to get around in a small, like at a gas station or something like that.
Or I remember, so this was in Texas, outside the Dallas area, when at the time we didn't know it was them, but POA was working at that Arlington, I think it was.
Oh yeah, Arlington.
KOA. They were working there then. We were staying there. We were getting ready to check out. We were just packing up, and somebody else with a big old rig was leaving. And remember, they hit.
Yeah, they hit another
vehicle or something.
I was actually shooting video. We were shooting video, and you hear this crunch. I'm like, oh, that doesn't sound good at all.
No, but thankfully, I guess there wasn't much damage or any damage where I think most of the damage was the guy that did the hitting.
Yeah.
And the guy that they hit, there was like barely anything. He was just like, don't worry about it.
They actually hit his truck.
Okay, that's
and
what
his truck. So their trailer hit his truck, and this guy's truck was like an old work truck that they had hit.
Okay.
So it was more like along the bumper, and it really wasn't that bad. But yeah, that RV didn't fare very well.
No, I felt bad, but that's not the way you want to start your day, for sure. Robert Stitch said 65 feet is the most common maximum allowed overall length if you don't have a trucking license, which we do not.
No, we don't.
Solex said, I had a 3/4 ton truck, but a DUI driver totaled it.
Oh, geez.
I got a 1 ton after that. Worst mistake I've made. The 1 ton gets only 7 miles to the gallon.
That's like that's like Boone. Yeah. If there's any headwind, Boone got horrible gas mileage.
Yeah, our Class A was ridiculous.
On a good day, we got about 9. And on a bad day, it was like 7. It was horrible.
Bubba Bug said, I have the 6.4 liter Ram 2500 Power Wagon, and it pulls my 10,400 pounds nicely.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, so we are towing with a Transit 250 van, and I tell you, that thing does really well. I average about 14 miles per gallon in that, and in our GMC, what was 1500?
Yep.
We were only averaging 11. So yeah, we this pulls it gets better gas mileage. I do notice it doesn't pull as well going uphill. I feel it going uphill.
Oh yeah.
But other than that, this thing tows this very well.
Well, and some people have asked why we thought of the van at first, and we were looking at different options, and to be completely honest, we were toying with the idea of a Class B for a while. And then we had the little guys, so we figured, okay, well, what if we somewhat modify that to be like a B, so when we want to go out further, we can, and we can just drop the little guy places. So we first started looking at vans with the idea or the thought to convert it to somewhat like a B.
Yeah, we were looking at mid to high roof vans.
Yeah, but because of the craze that has been going on, so many people are buying those mid and high roof vans that the prices were very high for the ones that were available, and just finding any in stock was iffy.
Very difficult.
So there were a ton of the low roof vans, and the more we talked about it, as long as Russ could convert it so he could use it for going to work events and carrying the work gear when they have events, we could do that. And we had already looked into the towing capability of it. We figured, this was a good answer to our problems, and I'll tell you, it's fantastic. It's got so much more storage for us than what we had with the pickup truck.
Not only storage, but secure storage. Don't
Yes.
have to worry about somebody stealing a generator off the back of our rig. Don't have to worry about somebody stealing any bikes, or you don't have to worry about, we've got a kayak, so you don't have to worry about somebody stealing the kayak off the roof.
The part I love is the dogs can now
True.
travel in their crates. So they love going in there. Well, Jack doesn't love going in the crates yet, but Billy and Abby love, because they know they get special treats when they go in there, and they're much more secure when we drive. They're not crawling all over. I'm not worried about if there was an
We're not
accident.
having to save food, share our food with them because they're crawling on us, jumping from the back seat to the front seat. They're secured inside the kennel, and honestly, I think it's not only is it safer for them, but it's more comfortable for them because they can lie down and move around. Abby's kennel is huge,
Well, so Liz Childers and her husband Verl, they actually went and got a Ford 350, but they got
The
a passenger van.
Yep.
So for people that still want to have a vehicle that they can use for passengers, you can just put the seats in and out when you want, and then when they go on their trips, they can just pull out the seats and then have the room for their e-bikes.
Yeah.
That was the main reason they got.
Exactly. And one thing to keep in mind if you're looking at a van for towing, the transits can tow much more than the passenger
The cargo,
vans.
cargos can tow a little bit more. I don't know why that is.
Yeah.
Maybe because of the weight of everything that they put inside. I don't know. But if you're trying to maximize out how much you can tow with it, the cargo vans actually let you do a little bit more.
Yeah, look at the transits.
Bubba Bug's heading to Corpus Christi in March.
Oh, very good.
Keep Your Daydream, RV Dare Yet said Keep Your Daydream did a good review on their Ford.
On their 450. Yep.
Now, here's a question. I know that they don't have their big fifth wheel anymore, that they've got an Airstream. Did they keep that big Ford 450 with the Airstream? And Bubba Bug.
Oh, wow. Bubba Bug.
Thank you. I couldn't read the content.
Unbelievable.
Have missed you guys. Wine and dinner on me.
Well, hey, thank you so much. That is much appreciated. And we will definitely have wine and dinner on you. Thank you again. Wow. My goodness.
Where are we going to go?
Yeah, we'll let you decide.
Well, we're headed down to South Padre. We'll have to find a really good seafood place.
All right. Thank you again, Bubba Bug.
There we are. So Dreaming Out Loud RVing said they're in Lynchburg right now.
Okay.
They visit a Virginia beach all the time.
Lynchburg, Tennessee? Or is that Virginia?
Lynchburg, we visit.
That's Tennessee,
Virginia.
right?
I have no idea.
Isn't that where Jack Daniels is? I don't know. Let me know. I could be way wrong.
When we went there, he's put me on the spot.
I'll put myself on the spot. I cannot remember.
So Solak said
Lynchburg, Virginia. Okay.
So that's why I need a tow behind enclosed trailer. I put my ATV, my e-bike, and my kayak.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so if you want to hang out with somebody that has all the toys,
the cool
go
kid.
follow Solak.
Yeah. So he's going to have a lot of visitors. Where you at?
Yeah, everybody's gonna be checking. Okay, my new best friend at the campground.
Yeah, right.
Russ is still pushing to forget an ATV. He just wants a remote control car.
So Rick G has a question, and he did it the right way. All caps. He says, "What's the towing capacity of your Transit 250?" And let me see if I remember. 5,400.
I think so.
Yeah, I think it's 5,400. The little guy max is 3,900. So
we're the 2018, so we're 3,800.
Okay, 3,800. So yeah, we're well within it. But we had looked at other rigs. Not that we were going to. You're just always looking. When you're in RVs, everybody knows this. You're always looking.
Friends, we're always looking.
Yeah. So there were a lot of rigs that it was just under. But right now we're really happy with the little guy Max.
Otherwise, we would have been like with another Lance, with Patty and Patrick.
Yeah.
We even called them when we were asking them about the towing.
Yeah.
On there, but what really got me was when Patrick started talking about that tongue weight.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, they've got heavy tongue weights. Yeah.
Which we would be.
Oh yeah, we were not even close.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
But yeah. And then, good job. Thanks from Army Strong. Hey, Bill.
Hey, Bill.
Is
good to
joining
see Bill.
us. Hey, Bill.
There's some names that have been here for a while with us. I remember Carrie got to meet Bill the first year, and his granddaughter Enola.
Mm-hmm.
The first year we were up in West Yellowstone, and then I got to meet Bill
at Hershey.
At Hershey, yeah. So good seeing you, Bill. Thanks for joining us.
So Hershey is supposedly still on this year. I think they're going to wait and see.
What's that, October like?
September.
September? Maybe.
Yeah, we could be up there.
Yeah, maybe.
We'll be up there out and about that time.
Yeah. I love going to those shows. They're a lot of fun.
Well, and we'll also be going somewhere where we have yet to go, and that is Somerset, Pennsylvania.
Yeah, yeah.
And we're going to go visit the Little Guy manufacturing plant.
Yep. And
we will have some news. We'll have some sort of update by next Friday, because we've been talking with Joe, who is the founder of Little Guy, and he's now the lead sales guy at Little Guy. The Mini Max. We did a video on that last year. The Micromax.
Yeah.
Sorry, the Micromax, and that got put off because of COVID, and they do have another prototype that they were hoping to get to Florida.
Yeah.
But the final version, they should have news about the production and the final version of that within the next week or two. So Joe said that
they've actually asked us for some help with a couple of things about that. So who knows? You might see some Roads We Roam logo stuff.
But going back
Just
to
kidding.
Somerset, I've been wanting to visit the plant there, and
Yeah.
they encourage people. Well, I don't know now with COVID, but let's pretend COVID's not happening. Typically, they love to invite people to the place to come and see
Rick G. So yeah, there's Lynchburg, Virginia, and there's also Lynchburg, Tennessee, because Rick G. just confirmed that yes, Lynchburg, Tennessee is where Jack Daniels is. I've got to go buy a bottle of Jack. It's been so long I forgot that it was in Lynchburg. Last time we were in Lynchburg, I said, I know what I'm getting. There was this, I did the testing, the flights.
If they're still doing the tours, if anybody knows if they are or not, but if they're doing them, do them. I didn't get to go, but I watched what he did on it, and it's so worth it.
Yeah, they had this one that, Old Blue Eyes, what's his name? Frank Sinatra, likes. And I was like, oh, it's like Frank Sinatra Select. I was like, oh, that's
Sinatra
so awesome.
Select, yep.
I'm getting that one. I'm totally getting it. I walk out and I look at the bottle. It's like a little bottle, and it was, I forget, $150, $200, something like that. And I was like, well, Carrie told me I could get whatever I wanted, and I almost did it, but I didn't pull the trigger.
You were good.
Yeah.
Dreaming Out Loud RVing question, not really a question. They said that. We just want to say hi and thank you. You are the first YouTube channel that we met. Well, we really enjoyed meeting both of you.
I got a funny story from that one. His brother-in-law we were walking away. See ya. His brother-in-law, and I hit my head on one of the awning things, and his brother-in-law was laughing. And I actually got it on video because you could see him laughing behind me because I was videoing as I was going.
Yeah, Russ was so busy filming that he didn't see the awning come down. I mean, just right there.
No, it was great to meet you guys too.
Zeb Meat wants to know, isn't Lynchburg, Tennessee in a dry county? Interesting question.
Yeah, I don't know.
So Bubba Bug wants to know, when and how long will you be in South Padre? I will be in North Padre the last week of March. We're only down in this area for 2 weeks, and then we're going to head back up to Surfside for a little bit. And then I forget when you said we had to get over to Alabama.
I know for sure.
But we're coming back and forth to the Surfside area throughout now and May.
Yeah. I'll be in the Alabama, Georgia area probably mid-February. But Bubba Bug, let us know, because there are several whatchamacallits out here. 1,000 trails, so we can always come back. If you're going to be in the area and we are in Surfside, it's only about a 3-4 hour drive for us, and we love this area anyway. So let us know. Maybe we can hook up then.
So Nick Specs wants to know, if I go to the Super Show next week, is there something special I should look for?
Izzy and MJ?
Yeah, find Izzy and MJ.
They're pretty special. I would look for them. No, that's a great thing about these shows. There's so much going on. It'll be interesting. Like I said, we've been to Hershey and Tampa. We've been to Tampa twice. But so it'll be interesting how it's handled now. But
I would say go check out that River Ranch. That
if they have it, is it going to be there?
Yeah, I don't know, but if it's there, look for it.
All right, guys. Well, if there is anything else, please, now is the time to get it out there. We heard it is time
Mary
now
said,
from Donna.
Sing it, Donna.
That's right. So if not, we are going to be cutting loose. And thank you guys for spending your Friday night with us. Thank you so much, Bubba Bug, for that super chat. It was very kind of you. Carrie and I will enjoy a nice meal out.
Before I let you sign off, also thank you to Mark and Karen Molinarski.
That's where I was
for the
going
wine
there.
We're going to enjoy.
I wasn't going to forget that.
For dinner, but also, if you haven't, so Josh Kittle and Mark and Karen have signed up for our Roads We Roam virtual challenge, which we are walking, running, biking the route of Route 66. It's a virtual challenge. Find out more information on that on our website. If you go under events, it'll have the virtual challenge. It's got all the information there. You can do it from wherever you are. And as a team, every mile you walk, run, or bike adds to our total. And then when we cumulatively reach the 2,280 miles, we all get a medal.
Well, yeah, and it's a nice medal that you get, like a marathon type medal. Thick medal. It's very cool. Join us on there.
All right, guys. See you next week. Be safe.
All right, take care, guys.
Bye.